Hello and welcome to Achieve Wellness Spa. I just want to start by saying hello and welcome and thank you for taking the plunge and joining the Achieve Wellness Spa team. One of the main documents on your onboarding journey that we will go through is going to be the Achieve Wellness Spa Company Handbook. Every single member of the team, whether they be RMT, physio, esthetician, front desk agent, spa director, every single member of the team will go through the company handbook and sign off on it. So I decided to go ahead and create this video to save us a little bit of time. Now, so we dive right on into the company handbook and it will bring us to our introduction. So welcome again to the Achieve Wellness Spa. We are very happy to have you be a part of our team and look forward to the contributions you can make to our success. Our mission at Achieve Wellness Spa is to provide great service experience and transport our guests to a relaxing place where they will forget all their worries and awaken to wellness in body, mind, and spirit. Our success is dependent on every one of our team members, so we have designed this company handbook to help understand our goals, expectations for what we have for you, and what we offer for you in return. Please review it carefully since it provides answers to most of the questions you have about working with us. If there is anything you need clarification on, or in the event that you would like to offer a suggestion, please see your spa director or spa manager. We wish to comply with all applicable laws and regulations regarding employment. If the laws or regulations that are in effect with this handbook was published change, and any provision of this handbook become contrary to the new laws or regulations, you should consider it modified successfully to comply with the law. There are some policies which our team members will be required to sign annually to confirm continued adherence to those business facets that are integral to keeping our business patrons and team members safe. So company information, we do have some brief company history here. Founded in 2009, Tom and Alethea Austin, Achieve Wellness Spa opened its first corporate spa in 2014 in the Stony Creek Village in Fort McMurray Plaza. They opened a second corporate hotel spa in 2018 in the Clearwater Suites Hotel downtown in Fort McMurray. And then in 2019, they strategically partnered with Arlene Dickinson and her venture capital fund to begin franchising their proven business model. Both Tom and Alethea take an active role in the development and operations of the company. They are experienced therapy professionals. Their expertise within the health and wellness industry is very extensive. In 2019, they partnered with Arlene again and began franchising their proven business model across Canada and their late son James's legacy. Our goal is to provide excellent services to our clients within the walls of a very nurturing environment. At all times, we are driven and guided by our guest pledge and guiding principles. So our guest pledge, we are committed to providing exceptional wellness experience, which leaves our guests looking forward to their next visit. Our guests, everything begins with a personal connection and ends with a positive experience for our guests. As innovative leaders in the wellness industry, we hold ourselves to the highest standards in everything that we do. Our services, we are a destination for our guests to rejuvenate their mind, body, and soul. Our community, we are committed to giving back to our communities in which we serve, and we are committed to developing positive and profitable partnerships with all stakeholders. Most spas focus on temporarily relaxation. What we do is help our clients achieve a better, healthier lifestyle and improved quality of life. Achieve Wellness Spa is a uniquely desirable destination that will enhance the lives of their clients. And when people are relaxed, comfortable, and happy and healthy, they have the ability to work harder, concentrate better, feel physically, emotionally, and mentally balanced, and give happiness back into their homes, workplaces, and their community. So our slogan and logo. So Achieve Wellness Spa. Wellness is a lifestyle, live better. Achieve Wellness Spa logo came to Alethea in a dream when she was expecting her first son. The symbol represents the physical body accepting healing and awakening from the universe, as represented with the hands open to receiving of the sun. The person has their hands raised open to receive healing to signify moving upward and into growth of body, mind, and spirit. The golden sun color signifies love, light, power, healing, professionalism, and quality care. Our slogan, "Wellness is a lifestyle, live better," signifies the true change does not come from a treatment or service, but from within, how we choose to live each day. Our body in its current physical condition is the sum of all the choices that we have made. Our body and its current... What we offer at Achieve Wellness Spa are services to jumpstart your wellness goals and guidance, knowledge, and expertise into making truly lasting lifestyle changes towards wellness. Our legacy is creating an environment for our team to be intentional in leading the life of significance by helping others achieve their greatest potential for well-being now and forever. We do have our core values as be genuine, strive for continuous improvement, act with integrity, commitment to excellence, and to be accountable. Our purpose is to help everyone achieve a healthier lifestyle, and our niche is the most luxurious health and wellness experiences. Our mission is to provide a serene and relaxing environment with many holistic options to bring preventative and restorative lifelong health solutions together to benefit to the whole consumer. We believe in providing essentials for a healthy body, both on the inside and the outside. To provide a combination of services, because as a person becomes interested in one aspect of a healthier lifestyle, it naturally leads to the interest of other facets. The high quality personalized services we offer are part of a larger healthier lifestyle continuum that allows the consumer to take responsibility for their health. To establish itself as a dependable destination to which its customers can always come to escape the stresses of life and rejuvenate their mind and body. So the vision is to provide a unique array of products and services that clients cannot get elsewhere in the community, to emphasize quality, originality, and dependability of service with highly qualified staff trained in the importance of customer care, to emphasize the unique atmosphere from the name to the ambiance of the facility. Achieve Wellness Spa aims to distinguish itself as a completely trustworthy and soothing setting where customers can enjoy being pampered, improve their health, and escape the stress of their everyday lives. To build a community relationship-oriented business, we focus on strengthening the trust of our customer base and providing not only services, but the information that will aid everyone in the progression of obtaining a balanced and healthy lifestyle, and to support and donate local communities, charities, and work with and promote their local healthcare professionals as our clients. We also want to help people build a path towards a full, healthy lifestyle, physical, emotionally, and spiritually. So we value quality and passion. We are a great place to work and where people are inspired to be their best. We value people. So we are an inviting place for clients to come for whole body health and wellness. Relationships with our clients is our top priority. We value leadership. So we encourage to have a better future to shape that, and whether that be new trials, new products, that's something that we're willing to explain on. So we value excellence and integrity as well. So we wish to inspire optimism, health, and happiness. We feel that it's every person's right to live a full life of abundance of health, happiness, and harmony. And it is our promise at Achieve Wellness Spa to live better and help others live better. And part of that promise includes donating a portion of all profits to local and global charities. So our service expectations. Our goal is to establish ourselves as the #1 spa in our area. Our reputation has been built on the attentive, high quality service that we offer. In other words, our reputation is because of you Because of our team members play such an important role to our customer relations, we have strict standards in what we expect and hope for you to adopt. In addition, we are committed to providing an environment in which you have the opportunity to know what is expected of you as an employee or contractor. When our customers experience our spa, they will remember the quality of service experienced. We sell services, but most importantly, we provide nurturing, care, beauty, relaxation to our customers. It is critical that we have a with pleasure attitude for all tasks and requests. We expect you to always deliver with the highest degree of courtesy and service to our customers. Be friendly. Greet customers in a formal and respectful manner by using their last names and making direct eye contact. Always have a smile. Be attentive and visible. Use proper greetings at all times, like good afternoon, welcome to Achieve Wellness Spa, and always have a pleasant farewell. Goodbye, thank you for your visit. Use positive expressions when speaking to customers. Act calmly and cheerfully. Know how to apologize to customers for oversights and treat every customer as the most important person in the world. Treat our customers with the utmost respect and consideration. We are courteous. Use courteous phrases when we communicate with our customers and for each other. So say, for example, instead of saying, hey, or hi, or okay, or yeah, rather say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I would be happy to, certainly, or it is my pleasure. These are kind of the areas you want to focus on. Other preferred phrases include please, thank you, how may I help you, pardon me, yes sir, madam. We always try to use the client's names because customers do appreciate this. It gives it that personal touch. As an employee, you are in a position of trust. You learn the personal details of the customers that you provide services for. Please refrain from discussing your observations either within or outside of the spa, and do not betray the trust that has been given by your customer. So telephone etiquette. The telephone is a very important tool for our business. It represents the first impression that our customers, vendors, and the community have for us. The specifics of the protocol to be followed in your work area will be addressed by your immediate supervisor. So you want to make sure, in order to ensure every caller is treated with the highest degree of courtesy and consideration, that you follow the guidelines below. Answer the telephone promptly. A telephone should never have to ring more than 3 times before it's answered. You always want to start with greeting them good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Announce which department or area has been reached. Announce who they are. So say, for example, good afternoon. This is Kelsey speaking. How can I help you today? And then put a smile on your face. Let your no problem attitude be conveyed over the phone. When transferring a customer's call, stay on the line to announce to the customer that the receiving person is ready. Always be prepared with a notepad and pen to take any necessary messages. It is important to be accurate and careful when taking a message. Listen to what the other party has to say. To ensure accuracy, repeat names, telephone numbers in the message. Take action to see that the customer's request is fulfilled within 20 minutes or less. Never talk to someone near a telephone that is off of the receiver. The customer may hear you. First, ask permission to place the caller on hold, then finish your conversation. Don't stay on the telephone longer than absolutely necessary. If it will take you several minutes to get the information for a guest, you can ask the caller to maybe give them a call back once you have all that information. Never tell a customer, hold on one moment, please. Things always take longer than one moment, so never use that sentence. Yes, may I call you back to obtain the information? That is a fantastic way to go about it. When the call is complete, thank the caller and hang up silently. Use your flash or release or hang up button, or wait until the call has it. Do not bang the phone when you go to hang it up. And then when handling customer complaints, we do have a customer compensation guideline booklet, and then we also do have it written in our company handbook as well. So, handling and correcting customer complaints can have lasting effect on our business. What the customer feels when they leave our facility will affect their decision to return, and then they will relay this experience to others. Customers talk more about a bad experience to their friends than they ever do about a good experience. Quick and proper handling of a complaint often results in a happy ending. The secret to making customers happy is relatively simple. Correct the problem. A customer's level of satisfaction is based upon the ability to identify and correctly respond to the customer's needs. Correcting all customer problems is essential to customer satisfaction. When you're dealing with a customer, you want to remember the following guidelines. Stop what you're doing and face the customer. Make eye contact. Listen intently. Show them that you are concerned, that they have your undivided attention is what the goal is. React to the problem with respect and dignity. Do not respond with such phrases like, "Really? I can't believe that," as this is going to portray that you don't believe what they're telling you. Address the real problem. The customer might communicate a combination of facts and emotions. The real problem may be unclear. Before taking any action, you must find the root cause. To get the facts, ask factual questions. So what, who, when, where. For example, you may say, "Sir, I want to make sure that this is corrected to your satisfaction. What about this service disturbs you?" If the problem is clear to you, based on what the guest has already told you, simply just restate it to ensure accuracy. You may say, "Sir, Madame, I understand that the problem is," etc. Apologize. Apologize, and take responsibility. It is important not to blame others. It doesn't matter whose mistake it is, or if there ever was mistake to be thrown at all. We are always apologetic sincerely, and we mean it. Immediately offer an apology. "I am so sorry," or "I apologize." Take responsibility by telling the customer what you can do to solve this problem. "Could you give me a few minutes to see what I could do? Please allow me to talk to my manager or spa director to see how we can remedy this situation." But it is also important for the customer to actually see that you are trying to solve their problem and that you have taken their consideration into account. By thanking the customer and apologizing, you are reassuring them of the concern that you're going to make things right, regardless of who's at fault. Follow through on what you promised to your customer. So never make a promise you can't keep. Before you assure the customer of immediate solution, check the facts and inform the customer of the actions that will be taken, and always ask for assistance from your manager or spa director if you need any more information or support. When being notified of a previous problem, as the customer is departing from your facility, you should step in and provide some reason for the guest to return. In addition, you can say, "I will personally take care of you for your next visit," or "I will personally handle your appointments for your next visit. Please call me directly." All customer complaints must be documented, as well as how the customer complaint was managed, and that way management can monitor these trends and keep track of these free or discounted products or services that can be handed out with customer complaints. Again, you're going to want to refer to the complaint training manual for further information, and repeat business is, after all, the key to success in this industry. This means that a dissatisfied customer should not be allowed to depart our facility until some corrective steps have been taken. Okay, so we have our confidentiality. For the purpose of this confidentiality policy, or confidential information shall mean all information, proprietary or otherwise, which belongs to the company, including but not limited to past, present, future, and contemplated products, services, business methods, pricing, computer software and techniques, business plans, operational plans, procedures, and strategies, any employee information, sales, marketing information, client information, and economic and financial data, including forecasts, budgets, and analysis, items of information, ideas, concepts, or improvements, and records, whether in written, graphic, or machine-readable form or otherwise, and other records of information relating to the present or future business, plans, or products of the company, except information falling into one of the following categories, which includes information which was lawfully in the public domain prior to the employee being retrained by the company, information which enters the public domain after the employee enters to employ within the company, except where such reentry is the result of unlawful means or employee or contractor's breach of the agreement, and the information which the company can show was in the employee's possession prior to the receipt or acquisition thereof of the company or third parties with whom the company has an agreement, including but not limited to clients, vendors, suppliers, and affiliates, and which was not acquired by the employee or company under obligation or confidence at any time during the employment. So non-disclosure or the confidential agreement, again, there will be a form for you to sign after this. Employees must not disclose, allow to be disclosed in any form by any means confidential information of which the employee becomes aware during their course of the employment through the performance of their duties. So the employee may use confidential information solely for the purposes of performing for the company and must not use confidential information for their own personal financial or gain otherwise, and must not communicate any confidential information except with the prior written consent of the company. The employee's obligation of maintaining confidentiality does not extend to the confidential information that the law requires to be disclosed. The employee recognizes that this disclosure of the confidential information will or may result in serious irreparable harm to the company's business and conveys that they will not, during their employment with the company or at any time thereafter, use or disclose, except for in the course of their employment within the company, and with the written authorization as well, any confidential information, including information which is confidential or proprietary, and which the employee has obtained the virtue of the employment with the company. So return of confidential information. So at the end of employment, an employee must return to the company any confidential information in material or electronics form, those parts of all notes and other records based on incorporating confidential information, all copies of confidential information, and make notes of other records based on or incorporating confidential information, and all property belongings or lease to the company, including that which may include confidential information, including but not limited to books, documents, records, electronic storage, disks, access cards, and then also some credit cards or computer login codes in the employee's possession or control. So breach of confidentiality policy. The employee's legal obligation pertaining to the confidential information is an indefinite in nature and will continue after the ends employee's employment with the company. Any employee found to be in breach of this confidentiality requirement while still employed by the company will be subject to immediate termination for just cause without any notice or pay in lieu of notice. The company acknowledges that it would be difficult to measure or calculate the damage to the company, in breach of this company policy or their duties to the company at common law or equity, use or disclose confidential information of the company or otherwise breach of obligations in this policy. Accordingly, the company shall be entitled, in addition to all other remedies available, to an injunction or otherwise appropriate judicial order to restrain any such breach of the continuation thereof, showing or proving actual damage, if any, sustained by the company. Okay. Performance expectations by staff. So there is an orientation and probation period. All new employees of the company are subject to a minimum of a 90-day probationary period commencing the effective date of employment. During this time, your supervisor will work with you, train you for your new position, and acquaint you with our SPA procedures and policies. A probation meeting will be scheduled for you within the first week of your employment with the Chief Wellness Spa to ensure that a date is set for your probationary employee performance review meeting. So your immediate supervisor or manager will evaluate your performance during your orientation and probation period to determine whether your suitability for employment. Any leave of absence in excess of 5 working days taken during the probation and orientation period extends the completion of the orientation or probation period by an equal period of time. So either the Achieve Wellness Spa or the employee may terminate the employment relationship with or without cause at any time during this orientation or probation period by an equal period of time. So after successful completion of the orientation and probation period, you become a permanent full-time or part-time employee or contractor, unless you are subject to a term contract, in which your case employment will terminate at the expiry of that term. Permanent employees may be eligible for various employees' benefits depending on the nature of employment. So it depends on if they are so say for example, a full-time front desk receptionist or a full-time esthetician. These are positions that would be available for a, say, Alberta Blue Cross or Chambers of Commerce health benefits plan, whatever your spa director or owner has gone ahead and chosen for the spa. Okay. Should you separate from employment and are subsequently rehired, your orientation probation period will begin with your new date of hire. Past years of service will not be considered. So performance reviews and setting goals for yourself. At Achieve Wellness Spa, we believe it is important for you to know how well you are performing in your own position. During your probation and orientation period, you shall receive a probationary employee performance review. You will also review annually or on around your employment anniversary. So your immediate supervisor will complete a written performance review. Your review is discussed with you and becomes a part of your employment file. We believe that frequent communication with your supervisor is one of the most important ways for you to help you doing your best. So things that will be covered in the performance reviews will include work quality, work quantity, judgment, initiative, teamwork, dependability, compliance, goals and opportunities. So performance reviews are not a substitute for regular contact with your supervisor regarding job performance. If you feel you need any guidance or information to improve your job performance, this is something you can speak to your supervisor about personally. Okay, so we do have anti-discrimination, harassment, and bullying policies here at the spa. So accessibility policy. We are committed to creating an accessible organization by removing barriers for people with disabilities, whether they work for the spa or are members of the public who use our services every day. We have wheelchair accessible elevators, doors, washrooms, showers, and treatment rooms. For our harassment, discrimination, bully-free workplace policy, the company is committed to providing its employees and contractor with a workplace that is free of discrimination, harassment, and bullying. The company seeks to provide a workplace with professional atmosphere in which all employees and contractors are treated with the dignity and respect. The maintenance of such an environment is responsibility shared by each employee, contractor, supervisor, manager of the company. Therefore, all employees and contractors are expected to perform their jobs in a business-like manner, and then also free of any bias, prejudice, harassment, or bullying. Discrimination, harassment, bullying will not be tolerated by anyone, including any coworker, supervisor, manager, or third party. Violations of this policy by employees will lead to disciplinary action or up to including termination of the employment. Contractors or their employees who are in breach of this policy will be asked to leave their workplace and may result in the company terminating the contract for services with the contractor. So in this policy, discrimination, this means any unwelcome or objectionable conduct, comment, display of behavior that is directed to an individual or that is made on a basis to an individual's race, religious beliefs, gender, physical disability, mental disability, age, ancestry, place or origin, marital status, source of income, family status, or sexual orientation, or any prohibited ground of discrimination under the applicable human rights legislation that determinately affects the work environment or leads to the adverse job-related consequences for the individual. Harassment is a form of discrimination. So this is defined as inappropriate conduct, comment, display, action, or gesture that is based on any ground protected by law, including but not limited to, again, race, color, ancestry, place of origin, political belief, religion, marital status, family status, physical, mental disability, sex, sexual orientation, gendered identity or expression, age, or conviction of a criminal or summary conviction offense. Okay. So in general terms, harassment is a behavior which is likely to offend or humiliate someone. It is known or should be known to be unwelcome and is non-mutual. It may be written, verbal, physical, a gesture to display, or any combination of these. Harassment applies to the conduct between employees of all levels, not just managers harassing the subordinates. So this again can include verbal or physical abuse, insulting, derogatory or degrading comments, innuendos, jokes or gestures, personal ridicule or malicious gossip, and other contact that may not be acceptable for most employees, creates a working environment that may be considered by others hostile or offensive. So there's many different types of harassment, as we know. One of those is sexual harassment. That's one of the most common forms. Sexual harassment is one-sided usually, and it encompasses a wide range of unwelcome, deliberate, and unsolicited sexually directed comments or behaviors. Sexual harassment can occur between the opposite sex or of the same sex. So there's again a couple different things that can be, so example like unwelcome remarks, sexist comments, verbal abuse. There's a lot of different things. Bullying as well is one of the key ones we have written. So bullying is defined as a repeated pattern of negative behavior aimed at a specific person or group that can involve harassment or discrimination. Although it may not include physical abuse or threat of a physical abuse, workplace bullying often involves rudeness, hostility, and intimidation. For those purposes, this policy, bullying is a form of harassment. Bullying and harassment can happen face-to-face, by letter, email, phone or texting, or any other social media venue. Bullying may, but does not always involve a superior misusing or abusing influence by the authority of the other employee. Awesome. So with all that being said, we have a complaint procedure and process that we actually go through. So there's early reporting and investigation. We also have outcome of the investigation. So we'll go through that. Duty to accommodate, of course. So the company is committed to providing equal treatment and reasonable accommodation with respect to employment without discrimination because of race, religious beliefs, color, gender, physical ability. The company recognizes the need to support employees who require workplace accommodation based on the protected ground. The company will make every reasonable effort to provide accommodation for the legitimate needs of those individuals covered by applicable human rights legislation up to the point of undue hardship. So the company will assess accommodation requests using the consultative approach that involves the company, the employee, and as appropriate and deemed necessary by the company, any applicable healthcare professionals, and other third parties that are required to assist in the accommodation process. Accommodation may be temporary or permanent, depending on the circumstance. Okay, so the employee's responsibilities is requests for accommodation must be made in good faith. Requests for accommodation must be in writing, contain an explanation of the accommodation requested, and allow for a reasonable time for reply. Employees must provide supporting documentation and respond to questions as required by the company to substantiate the request for accommodation. In the case that the accommodation request for a physical or mental disability, the other employee will be required to provide information of their mental health practitioner, outlining the nature of the disability, relevant restrictions, limitations, and then the prognosis as well. And then there's also some company responsibilities to requests for accommodation will be accepted in good faith and replied to within a reasonable amount of time. So again, we've got all of that written and very organized. Okay. Achieve Wellness Spa is a drug and alcohol-free workplace. It is the intent of Achieve Wellness Spa to maintain a workplace that is free of drugs and to discourage drug and alcohol abuse by its team members. The company has a vital interest in maintaining a safe and efficient working conditions for its team members. Substance abuse is incompatible with health, safety, efficiency, and success at the spa. Team members who are under the influence of drug and alcohol while in the work environment compromise the company's interests, endanger their own health and safety, and health and safety in others, and can cause loss of reputation, efficiency, and productivity, or a disruptive working environment. As an employee of Achieve Wellness Spa, you have the right to come to work in a healthy, safe, and secure environment. In order to provide this environment, Achieve Wellness Spa has established its drug-free workplace policy. So we actually are a licensed establishment for spa guests over 18 years of age to enjoy 1 to 2 alcoholic beverages. However, we have very strict guidelines on the service of alcohol, and only those of the front desk agent team members who have been fully trained in our policies and have completed their pro-serve training may be serving alcohol to guests. No employee shall report to work or be at work with detectable levels of drugs or alcohol in their body. Employees must ensure that their safety and that of others is not adversely affected in the result of being impaired by drugs or alcohol. For the purposes of this policy, drugs do not include medication that has been prescribed to the employee's physician and is being used in accordance with a prescription. It is imperative, however, that any prescribed medication not impair the safe and efficient performance of the employee's job duties. Employees have the responsibility to review their job duties with their physician to confirm that their prescribed medication will not impair their ability to work. If an employee is advised by their physician that the use of prescribed medication may impair their ability to work safely, they must report to the manager immediately and, upon request, provide the manager with documentation supporting their fitness for work, and the employee is unable to perform their duties and responsibilities, the supervisor shall make every effort to accommodate the employee up to the point of undue hardship by the company. It is the employee's responsibility to advise their manager if, for any reason, the employee's fitness for work has been impaired. So we do have some supportive measures. The company supports a variety of measures to assist the company that is affected by drug or alcohol addiction. The employee has a duty to notify the company of any addiction that affects their ability to perform their job duties. No employee will be subject to discipline solely as a result of self-report of an addiction. However, self-report of an addiction does not provide the employee with immunity from disciplinary action for breaches of this policy. Supportive measures will include the following: leaves of absences and to receive treatment. The company will provide reasonable accommodation of drug and alcohol addiction to the point of undue hardship. Okay, so the company may conduct a drug and alcohol test if there is reasonable grounds. So when a manager has reasonable grounds to believe that an employee may have breached their standards prescribed in this policy, the manager will require the employee to submit a drug and alcohol test. Reasonable grounds include, but are not limited to, detecting the scent of alcohol or drugs on the employee's breath, clothing, or person, suspicious or unusual behavior by the employee, the presence of drugs or alcohol on an employee's person, and then return to duty or post-treatment or last chance agreement. So when the employee is continued following positive drug or alcohol tests, the employee may be required to pass a drug and alcohol test prior to returning to the duty and may be subject to unannounced testing as a condition of continued employment for a period to be determined by the company. An employee is required to submit a drug and alcohol test to this policy will be taken to the employee's manager to a testing facility. And so consequence of a positive drug and alcohol test is up to and including just cause for termination. The appropriate consequence depends on the facts of the case, including the nature of the violation, the existence of the prior violations, the response of prior corrective programs, and the seriousness of the violation. So the refusal to submit a test: if the employee is directed to report a drug and alcohol test, the employee will be determined to have refused to submit if he or she expressly refuses, fails to appear for the test type within the reasonable period of time without reasonable explanation for the delay, fails to provide an adequate sample without a valid medical explanation, engages in conduct that obstructs or is intended to obstruct the testing process, or refuses to agree to the disclosure of the test result to the company. So in the event that an employee refuses the drug and alcohol test, the employee's manager will review the terms of the policy with the employee, ensuring that the employee understands the consequences of refusing a test. If the employee refuses to submit a test after such review, the employee's employment may be terminated with just cause. In addition to the above, the company may investigate any situation where off-duty actions involving drugs and alcohol may have direct implications for their workplace and will take appropriate action under the circumstances. This includes disciplinary action up to including the termination of employment. So at our current location, the Stony Creek Village facility, we have a parking policy so that we have Basically, we have a parking lot that we're allowed to enter, but it is watched by security, so it is subject to get a fine. So just make sure that you confirm with your supervisor where to park at your specific location for Achieve Wellness Spa. At Achieve Wellness Spa, we have created an environment in which open communication by team members and management can and does exist. It is important for you to know that we encourage you to communicate your ideas, suggestions, and problems to your supervisor on a regular basis. When people work together, we know that misunderstandings can occur. If such situation or problem should arise, we encourage you to first talk with your supervisor. Give your supervisor a chance to work it out with you, and then team training meetings will be held at a minimum of once a month. We have an open door policy here at Achieve Wellness Spa. We firmly believe and an open door policy so that the team members may seek advice and counsel from management staff on any work-related problem. You are encouraged to see your supervisor regarding questions, suggestions, or problems resulting in your work at the spa. You will also have the opportunity to provide feedback at regular employee meetings or anonymously through quarterly surveys. We do have bulletin boards throughout the spa. This is one of the methods of communications that we use at our location. They are located in the break rooms. We refer to these frequently for up-to-date information, schedules, memos, information about upcoming events, announcement of events, discounts, or benefits also posted on the company bulletin board, as well as regular group Slack or emails. So it is your responsibility as a staff member to stay informed and to stay up on the most up-to-date information. So make sure you're reading your emails, checking your Slack, and checking those bulletin boards, please. So meetings. We ask for your attendance to area meetings or spa meetings on occasion. These meetings offer you an opportunity to address any concerns about standards, receive updated information, and offer suggestions for the department spa. You should attend and participate. Notices indicating time and place for the regular scheduled meetings are going to be, again, posted on that bulletin board. We do also have recognition programs here at Achieve Wellness Spa for our staff. Each month, Achieve Wellness Spa recognizes an employee who has made an outstanding contribution to the spa. The employee is selected by the management team based upon exceptional performance, quality of service, and dedication to the fellow team members and guests. The selected employee is rewarded a $50 gift certificate to the spa. We also offer a $25 gift certificate each month to whichever team member has completed the most cleaning duties that month. Throughout the year, the spa also offers recreational and social activities to which the team members are encouraged to participate and enjoy. Notice of activities is posted again via email or on these bulletin boards. We try to do these quarterly. So for hours of work, attendance, and overtime, each individual's work schedule depends upon the assigned position and the assigned shift. If you have questions about work schedules, please ask your immediate supervisor. The posted schedule must be checked daily for any changes made due to business functions or exceptional circumstances. Please keep in mind that various factors such as workloads, operational efficiency, and staffing needs may require variations in an employee's daily starting and end times, as well as total hours worked each day or week. The spa reserves the right to assign employees to jobs other than their usual assignments when required. In addition, employees may be required to work overtime or hours other than those normally scheduled as necessary. We will not require employees to clock in or out for their scheduled shifts or break. We expect that all employees will honor their schedules and take their paid breaks when appropriate without any abuse of any company time. We should find an individual or group or individuals to be taking extended breaks or consistently not being on time or leaving work early. We reserve the right to request such individuals sign in or out and report such times to their immediate supervisor. The success and smooth running and nature of our operation depend on each of us and to be at our assigned workstations on time. If you are absent or late in reporting for work, your place and extra burden on your team members will follow. So the following basic employee responsibilities are fundamental to ensuring day-to-day effectiveness for the company's operations. So to arrive at work prior to the beginning of each shift and be ready to work at the start of each shift. To provide when requested documentation in support of the absence or fitness to return back to work. Attend personal affairs and obligations outside of working hours. To provide the company with sufficient information and allow it to satisfy any obligation it may have to accommodate and participate in reasonable forms or of accommodation. So if an employee cannot report to work or if they will be late, the employee must notify their immediate supervisor or member minimum of 4 business hours in advance. So say, for example, if you want to call in 12 o'clock that night for your 9 a.m. shift, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to get something else sorted out. We need 4 business hours notice. Employees are expected to find an employee to cover their shift, keeping management apprised of the results. Only a member of spa management can authorize for the employee to have them replace that staff member. Contractors are required to keep their agreed upon schedule to open bookings for up to 2 hours prior to their shift. If no client has booked and it is less than 2 hours from the start time, the contractor may request that the front desk agent block them off. Tardiness is reporting to work after your scheduled time. 6 incidents of tardiness in a 6-month period is unacceptable. If you are delayed for your scheduled shift, you will be considered late. Excessive tardiness, even if excused, may lead to disciplinary action, up to including termination. Absence for 1 or more day must be reported daily to your immediate supervisor or spa management team. Unless other arrangements are made with your spa director, absences due to an illness or work-related injury of 3 or more days require an approved medical leave of absence. Repeated or extended absences require you to bring a doctor's note and a release to return to work. Any employee who fails to report to work or contact their supervisor for 2 consecutive days without responsible explanation will be deemed to have abandoned their position and resigned their employment. No further obligation will remain outstanding from the company to the employee. And if you're exchanging shifts, this is not casually permitted. If you or a coworker are interested in exchanging shifts, you must get your spa director's approval at least 48 hours prior, please. Any overtime hours are those hours an employee is working in excess of 8 hours of work in a day or 44 hours of work in a week. So whichever one is greater. So if you have reached your 44 hours per week and you've capped that, this is considered your overtime hours. From time to time, employees may be required to work overtime hours as the needs of the company and the nature of the employee's work may require. All overtime must be authorized and pre-approved in writing by the employee's manager. If overtime is authorized, the employee will be paid overtime or provided overtime hours in accordance with applicable employment standards legislation or pursuant in any time agreement between the company and the employee. So statutory holidays. Employees who are eligible for general holidays shall receive paid holidays. Eligibility general holidays pay is determined by the eligibility requirements set out by the applicable employment standards legislation. So the employees that qualify for general holiday pay will receive following holidays pay for the New Year's, Family Day, Good Friday, Victoria Day, Canada Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Remembrance, and Christmas Day. So employees who are eligible for general holidays shall receive an amount that is 1.5 times the employee's rate for each hour of work, or 1 day's paid holiday, not later than the employee's next annual vacation or on a day that would normally be a work day for the employee. So for pay and benefits, there are a number of benefits available to team members of Achieve Wellness Spa. Each benefit has specific eligibility requirements, particularly with regard to the type of employee status. So whether the status of the employee be full-time, part-time, full-time contractor, part-time contractor, or probationary period, this all will kind of depend on where you are at with your benefits and your pay. This is something to speak about with your spa director or manager. In addition to your normal hourly rate, there is a variety of other types of direct pay, including tips, commissions, bonuses, incentive pay, etc., and direct compensation, including taxes, insurance paid by Achieve Wellness Spa for you. Currently, each work week begins Monday morning, 12:01, and ends Sunday night at 12 o'clock. However, the work week is subject to change at the discretion of the Achieve Wellness Spa. If change should occur, you will be notified in advance. So in compliance with government law, if you receive tips of $20 or more per month, you must report them for your income tax. Achieve Wellness Spa will pay you, report for your pay stub, and all tip money will be collected on your behalf from the credit or debit transactions. All cash tips will be collected and paid out for you, or paid out to you the next business day, and is your responsibility to report this income tax to the CRA. So any deductions would be provincial income taxes, employment insurance, or the CPP, Canadian Pension Plan. Okay. So retail benefits or retail merchandise. All Achieve Wellness Spa team members are offered 25% off of regular price retail merchandise sold through the spa. We also receive 25% off of all aesthetic treatments and 10% discount off of all independent contractor agreements. So to enjoy this benefit, please refer to the use of facilities and guidelines, which is coming up in this book. For commission, so for front desk agents or estheticians that are available for commission, a retail percent as well, and any team member that sells over $1,000 in retail within a month, that actually doubles, so that goes from 10% to 20%. Training and development and career growth. So Achieve Wellness Spa is committed to providing a consistent level of service to our customer at all times. We encourage each employee to be the best, and we are committed to assisting in professional development. Training and career development ensures that each employee is better equipped to serve our customers. Through the year, training is conducted and may include customer service training, telephone, treatment protocols training, and job skills training. During the orientation and probationary period, each employee is required to complete training associated to their specific job duties. Your immediate supervisor will coordinate your training classes or sessions with you and provide you with feedback to ensure that you are completing all training successfully and can perform job duties according to Achieve Wellness Spa policies and standard operational procedures. Upgrade courses and practitioner-specific training done outside of Achieve Wellness Spa is highly encouraged. After 1 year of service, each full-time employee or contractor, is eligible for $500 per year to go towards the cost of training. Requests must be made in writing to the spa director, and funds will be given once proof of completion of approved training and receipts are received. Achieve Wellness Spa believes in promoting from within whenever possible, depending on job-related qualifications. The Spa Management Office will post current job openings in the Employee Communication Board, or the Slack alternative. If you are interested in one of these positions, please contact your immediate supervisor to discuss any qualifications. Team members selected for a new position are transferred at a regular rate of pay for the position and are subject to Achieve Wellness Spa orientation and probationary period for the performance evaluation review process. Original hire dates are maintained, for the benefits purposes. All eligible employees of the company are entitled to annual vacation in accordance to applicable employment standards legislation. So vacation pay occurs at the first day of employment in accordance with the applicable employment standards legislation. So vacation pay is calculated at 4% of wages for the first 4 years of service, and then 6% of wages at the 5th and subsequent years. So vacation will be earned and paid out on each check. Your immediate manager or director must approve any time off for you as well. So we understand the importance of rest relaxation here at Achieve Wellness Spa, and we want you to be able to recharge yourself as often as you need without fear of losing your position. Therefore, unpaid vacation is allowed to be requested up to a maximum of 12 weeks per year following a full-time or part-time employee. So to help us ensure that your responsibilities are covered while you're away, we do just ask for a written 4-week notice of a time off request for any time that you would like to take away. Annual vacation must be taken at a time mutually agreed to by the employee and their manager or supervisor. While we make this, we make every effort to give you the choice of your vacation time, the spa and the guests and everything like that needs to come first. Preference will be given to those having the longest service with the company for time off requests. We also are particularly sensitive to employees' needs in medical and emergency situations. The company provides unpaid sick leaves to employees in accordance with applicable employment standards legislation. Currently in Alberta, employees are eligible for 5 unpaid days of leave in a calendar year for sick leave or family care responsibilities after 90 days of employment with the same employer. And this, so sick days can't be carried over, unfortunately, after a year period. So Achieve Wellness Spa realizes that team members may experience special circumstances such as medical, personal, civic necessity, or require a leave of absence. The company is committed to maintaining compliance with the applicable employment standards legislation and will provide the employee with unpaid leave of absence in accordance with the leaves of absences articulated in applicable employment standards legislation, provided that the employee fulfills the eligibility requirements as set out in the applicable employment standards legislation. Requests for unpaid leave shall be made in writing and shall state the reasons of the leave. The employee should provide as much advance notice as possible in these types of circumstances. All right. So we do have our professionalism section now. So dress code and appearance standards exist at Achieve Wellness Spa because each team member is representative of the Achieve Wellness Spa. We wish to present a uniform, clean, and a professional looking at all times. So in addition, we wish to remove any subjective or arbitrary judgments which might be made by varying tastes and styles. So the appearance standards follow us to allow us to apply appearance expectations, and also all members, we just want it to be fairly consistent. All team members are required to follow the dress code and appearance standards. Please take pride and great care in your personal appearance. So our colors are navy blue, turquoise blue, and white. You are expected to be in complete uniform as assigned. Uniforms should be clean, pressed, and neat at all times. Sweaters should not be worn over uniform unless approved by management. Accessories or other items should not be pinned or worn with the uniforms. For your shoes, team members must furnish their own shoes, and they must be clean and good condition. Shouldn't have crazy designs, materials, colors. So nothing extreme shoe styles like sandals, thongs, platform shoes, cowboy boots, slippers, moccasins are allowed. Shoes must be closed-toed for safety, and heels must not be higher than 3 inches. Any hair must be in a conservative and appropriate style for our business. Hair must be clean and neatly combed at all times. And no casual type of covering like scarves, hats, or bands should be worn without management approval. Of course, unless this is religious headwear, that's different. Massage therapists and estheticians are not allowed to wear any hand or arm jewelry. So jewelry, buttons, ornaments must not be worn on your uniform. A necklace must not cover the uniform logo. So it must be as long as it doesn't interfere with the guest treatment. So mine's okay, it's still fairly high. Makeup and fingernails. Makeup should be moderate and applied neatly. Extreme colors or treatments should not be used. Fingernails should be short, clean, neatly trimmed. Neutral polish or French manicure is preferred, and we don't recommend nail charms here. We just try to keep it light and professional. So male team members are required to shave before coming to work. Facial hair is allowed, but it must be neat in appearance. Team members must not wear cologne or perfume. Essential oil-based scents are acceptable. Personal hygiene and cleanliness should be carefully maintained at all times. So for socializing, we please confine your socializing to your meal breaks or if you're after your shift. Socializing with spa customers is strongly discouraged since this may result in potentially embarrassing situations for you or the spa. Achieve Wellness Spa is a non-smoking facility, so we do just ask that you do not smoke in your outfit. Just take your outfit off if you're going to go down for a smoke between services. Gum chewing or use of toothpicks is permitted only in the employee break area, again, never in the guest services areas, please. All team members are required to enter and exit the spa through employee entrance. Please do not enter the building for more than 20 minutes prior to the beginning of your scheduled shift. You must leave the building no more than 20 minutes after the end of your scheduled shift. Entering or leaving the spa by any access other than authorized employee exit is cause for disciplinary action. We briefly touched on cell phones, but cell phones are not to be worn or used while on the Achieve Wellness Spa property, with the exception of the staff in the break room. Pictures and recordings are violations of our client privacy and are strictly not allowed. So exceptions to this policy would be Achieve Wellness Spa provided devices or spa director's approval if you have it. We believe that team members should not be disrupted in the performance of their job duties. For this reason, solicitation of any time by an employee or any other employee is prohibited while either employee is on working time or in a service area. Working time excludes break times. Solicitation by non-team members or on spa premises is prohibited. Okay, we believe in helping team members attain a certain level of professionalism. Therefore, the employment of relatives is closely monitored. Team members may not work in a position or department where they supervise a family member. Furthermore, the business reasons supervision, safety, and security morale. The spa refuses to hire or place a family member in the same work area where the potential for or appearance of favoritism or conflict of interest may exist. If your job requires you to handle cash, you will be trained on properly how to handle overages and shortages of these funds. Therefore, you are solely and exclusively responsible for the cash drawer. Use of company property, so this includes the telephones. This is restricted to business use and may not be used to make personal calls unless specifically authorized by your manager or spa director. You may not receive personal calls while at work, except in the case of a bona fide emergency. Please advise your family or friends of this policy, and at no time should an employee use a phone located in any office, front desk, reception area, or customer access area. So the company provides lockers or cubbies for your convenience. Please make sure that you take all your belongings at the end of each shift so that someone else may use these lockers, as we don't have one for every single person. The spa reserves the right to inspect lockers and cubbies, as well as contacts, effects, and articles that are in them. Such an inspection can occur at any time, with or without advance notice or consent. Further, such inspection may be conducted during, before, or after working hours by any manager or ownership representative designed by the spa owner. Team members who fail to cooperate for any inspection are subject to disciplinary action, including possible suspension or termination, depending on the situation. So any prohibited materials, weapons, explosives, alcohol, medications, illegal drugs may not be placed in a locker. Perishable items should not be stored in lockers or left on prolonged periods as well. Do not store valuable lighting items such as jewelry, money, etc. The spa is not responsible for any articles that are placed or left in a locker that are lost, damaged, stolen, or destroyed. All right. As part of your training program, your employee benefits on occasion, you might be using the spa treatment rooms or facilities for your training or relaxation. You need written authorization from the spa director to do so. You will be expected to behave in most professional manner and follow all spa policies and procedures. Remember, the guest will always come first, and the spa will make every reasonable effort to give you the advance notice if this is the case. The equipment in the spa is valuable and often expensive to replace. If you find equipment broken or in need of repairs, please report it to your immediate supervisor as soon as possible, and please do not attempt to lift or move heavy equipment without any assistance. So we do a bit of a progressive discipline type of action here at the spa. So it is our intention to provide an environment in which all team members have the opportunity to know what is expected of them in the company, and this process enables us to work together and provide the best possible facilities and services for our guests. Achieve Wellness Spa believes it is the philosophy of progressive discipline. Team members may be disciplined orally or in writing for such problems as standards of conduct violations, performance concerns, or any other unsatisfactory conduct. The spa reserves the right to take disciplinary action and it deems appropriate, including termination of employment, and in most cases where progressive discipline is appropriate. The other procedures may be followed. So we usually start with coaching. So the supervisor may, in their sole discretion, as a preliminary step, have a meeting. The supervisor will ensure the employee is aware of the problems at hand and the expectations that must be met to correct the problem. Then it runs to a verbal warning, then a written warning, then suspension, and then termination. So there are a few different steps taken before right to termination there. Achieve Wellness Spa is committed to providing a positive working environment that clearly reflects to each employee that the company's business associates, partners, and contacts and guests that we are the employee and the spa of choice. To accomplish this, each employee must understand and comply with the standards of conduct. Treating guests and team members unprofessionally, this includes discourtesy to another, neglect of guests' needs, profane language, discussion of personal matters in guest service areas, falsifying employee records, negatively impacting the work schedule. So this would include changing of the work schedule or trading shifts with an employee without management approval, working overtime without management approval, assuming you can take time off without pay or leave of absence without management approval, participating in any illegal activities like possessing firearms, other weapons, explosives, bringing contraband to work, embezzling or stealing from the spa, committing unlawful harassment of guests or team members for any reason, soliciting team members, spa members, or customers during work time or in any other areas, treating property or others inappropriately, possessing, using, selling, distributing of any controlled substances, allowing off-duty conduct to interfere with the company's business of operations, failing to maintain or verify work authorization, accepting gifts without notifying management, breaching confidentiality rules, unsatisfactory work performance, theft, soliciting tips or any form of gratuity, and indecent or immoral conduct, soliciting any person for immoral purposes or abiding for any indecent or immoral behavior while at work. So yes, lots of different reasons why someone could get terminated. And then we do actually have in our book a specific grid that goes through the length of the time an employee would be with the company, the reasonable notice provided upon termination, and what's needed for that. So termination with just cause. Just cause includes but is not limited to making false statements or omitting pertinent facts on the employment application, threatening or assaulting or harassing other employee or anyone else during the course of the business, stealing or deliberately damaging the company or other employee's property, reporting to work under the influence of alcohol, falsifying or destroying company documents, irregular attendance, breaching employment duties, disobedience, habitual carelessness in the employment duties and safety, and transporting unauthorized passengers in company vehicles are all part of that. This is This list is intended to be representative of the types of activities which may result in disciplinary action. It is not exhaustive. It is not intended to be comprehensive. So resignation. If for some personal reasons you decide to resign, a 2-week notice is requested so a replacement can be found for you. This act of courtesy will be entered on your employment record and reflected in consideration for rehire status within the company. Your final paycheck will be processed on the next regular scheduled pay period. And we will be encouraged to participate in an exit interview with the spa director before receiving your final paycheck. The purpose of this interview is to obtain your honest opinion of our standards and our policies. You're required to turn in any uniforms, lockers, lock keys, other materials belonging to the spa as well. So the safety and health of employees is our priority. The company makes every effort to comply with all workplace safety requirements. The company recognizes and accepts the obligation under the applicable occupation health and legislation to take all practicable steps to safeguard health and safety those present in our workplace. So all employees and contractors are required to observe and abide by our company rules and policies on health and safety. So management will set an example and provide leadership in health and safety system, provide and maintain health and safety policies and procedures, identify hazards and implement appropriate control measures, provide proper equipment and training for workers, and create an environment that promotes an active employee participation in the health and safety, and then of course to comply with the OHS Act, regulations and code, and any site policies, procedures, and codes of practice. So the workers will follow all safe work procedures, ensure coworkers are appropriately protected and working safely, assist in identification in any hazards, cooperate with the employer in working towards improved health and safety at work, comply with the OHS Act, regulations, code, and any site policies, procedures that the codes practice. Workers at every level must be familiar with the requirements of the Alberta Occupational Health and Safety legislation as it relates to their specific job role. It is your responsibility to perform your work in a safe manner. Keep the environment safe and abide by the safety rules and guidelines established by the spa by using good communication and good common sense. Any unsafe act or discovery of faulty equipment must be reported immediately to your supervisor so that appropriate measure can be taken. Team members must ensure proper protective equipment is utilized when needed. Examples are the use of gloves when dealing with any open wounds, use of safety glasses while operating the laser machine, and then of course living in a COVID world, making sure you're using your proper PPE for those as well. Failure to comply with this policy, applicable provincial legislation, or departmental safety procedures will result in disciplinary action up to and including the termination of employment for employees and may result in the termination of the contract for the company that the company has with the contractor. So endangering yourself or others through failure to follow policies and procedures, carelessness, or negligence will not be tolerated. These practices are developed for the protection of our team members and guests and are covered in the standards of conduct. So we do have fire and safety procedures as well. So the following procedures, of course, should be followed. To call 911, give your name, exact location, remain calm. If the fire is small, again, there's going to be a lot of different ones in here. So there's going to be fire, gas leak, bomb threat, or other emergency procedures. And then we do have a acknowledgement and declaration form as well that the staff members will be signing. And again, this is just all with regard to all the forms that we had, say for example, for sexual harassment, workplace conduct, all that. So that was our company handbook. Thank you all for taking your time to go through that with me. You may now go ahead and sign any forms that your supervisor has provided you with to confirm that you have gone through the procedures for our company handbook And then as well, there's probably many more stops on your onboard journey, but I'm very happy that we took this time together. And again, I'm so happy that you decided to take this journey for Achieve Wellness Spa, and I look forward to working with you. Bye.